Beautiful, right? If you followed the first episode, you know that this is the result of the decontamination wash. But if you come and look very closely, well, you'll discover that it's not so perfect. Of course, because before proceeding with the polish, it is necessary to keep detailing the interior and the mechanical parts. If it is true that we enjoy the car while behind the wheel, it is also true that we often do not notice many external agents that might age the materials and components. In particular, if they are over a quarter of a century, like our Alfa Spider. Speaking of convertibles, the matter becomes even more delicate because when the sunroof is open, heat and sun can shorten the life of the plastic parts and dry out the leather, which, like icing on a cake, is even clearer in our case. You know what? It is actually better that the leather is beige. This way, Fabio's intervention will be even more visible. Then there is another bright side in having chosen a Spider as a protagonist. When the sunroof is lowered, you work really well in the cockpit. For cleaning the interior, we'll start from the fitted carpet, which is the area that gets dirty more easily. For this operation, we're going to use a vacuum cleaner, a steamer, and some specific detergents. For fabrics, carpets, and leathers, it's advisable to use saturated steam at 180 degrees, which, thanks to mixing with specific products, guarantees a thorough cleaning and a complete sanitation of the space. Here, the harshness does not reward. Now, just because it's leather does not mean it's more resistant as a given, for example, than fabric. Here, gentleness is welcome along with the right tools. You'll see that in the long run, you will be rewarded. Arm yourself with a brush and a lot of patience, and you'll see that the color will slowly return to the original, and the final effect will leave you speechless. To delay the wear of the materials that cover the areas of greater friction, such as the handles, the steering wheel, the gear shift knob, and the edges of the seats, Fabio uses a sealant that covers them with a protective patina without making them shiny or leaving any residue. Let's remember that a clean interior, especially if made of leather but also of plastic, should not be shiny. Products with oily or greasy components will be the first ones to capture dirt and make the material more lived in and worn out. And now, an intimate moment, very intimate, the engine bay. There are various schools of thought about its conservation. Personally, I prefer the dusty, oily compartments, but I admit that every now and then a good clean is needed to highlight any leaks or damaged parts hidden by years and years of old dirt. In this case, we'll carry out a cleaning with a specific detergent and our steamer. Why steam? Because steam has a low moisture content and moreover has a very precise jet, which is safe for every part of our engine bay. This beautiful 2-liter engine from Labocosmetica does not look bad, but let's align it with the rest of the interventions, and I'm sure it will not recognize itself in the mirror at the end of the day. We are now used to modern engines that are more and more covered and hidden. The fun here is that everything is out in the open, almost worthy of being put on a preservation list. It's something spectacular that calls for fine work. The use of the right product, combined with the brush, allows you to eliminate traces of oil and other liquids that typically stay here. Don't get me wrong, some oozing is always charming, but when it comes to detailing, everything must be impeccable, even on the classic ones. When, on the other hand, long-standing fouling is present, it may be beneficial to use the steam jet to dissolve all impurities. Then, in order not to miss anything, let's remember to clean the rubber parts with a specific product that gives shine to the material. Finally, let's dry it with a microfiber cloth so that the surfaces are worthy of a Michelin chef's kitchen. When halfway through the journey of our care, I found that I was in a gloomy Spider, but now it's cleaner and cleaner. These verses, a little forced, are meant to retrace the phases of these episodes, from the first decontaminating wash to the interventions that we just did, and finally to the last phase of the polishing and nanoceramic protection. So to see how it will all end, keep following us.